this is kind of runs hand in hand because people be trying to trick you. Mm-hmm. They will clickbait you and show you a toe or a penis of somebody else. So let's talk about the fraud. The fraud business. Fraud in business, fraud around business, fraud. How do you prevent fraud? Is fraud more significant now, or was it more prominent in the past? Like with AI and all these new businesses coming out, is fraud easier or has it been harder? What do y'all think about that?
Fraud is always going to be fraud, just knowing like the business aspects and everything. Fraud is always going to be fraud. It's just, it evolves. So back then, we didn't have computers and all that. So it was easier to get away because people had paper trails. And so people were documenting everything they did. And so then people stopped doing paper trails. But then we got into computers. And then now everything's kind of tracked through computers. But then people found a way to do fraud, to get your numbers. And so it keeps evolving. So fraud is not going to go away. Living in Atlanta, the two places I knew that had the most fraud was New York. New York is mostly with the white collar crimes, the Wolf of Wall Street and things of that nature. That's more of the white folks. They get a slap on the hand. Atlanta, they do more of identity theft fraud. They also do a lot. So that's why a lot of people don't invite them to their house anymore because your Social Security will come up missing, and that's a whole identity. And so I've noticed that in Atlanta, they do more identity theft fraud. They do more fraud with like in medical and things of that nature. And so those two places, if you're out there in those two states, just be careful because those places have the best, I would say the best fraud.
I feel that the fraud really stems from corporations, and this is my thought. So when they create a product like a MacBook or a PC, whatever, then they send off a group of people who will work on whether it's a virus or some way to hack it, but it stems from that corporation so that they can make more money off of it. So they're like funneling that.
Oh yeah, like they will literally they will be like, this is broken. Right. You have to pay more money to make sure this is covered.
And so I think that I'm not saying not everybody is as smart, to be able to do that, but because it evolves so quickly, like I just got this PC and it already has a virus. You get what I'm saying? Like things like that or the AI that we're talking about, where they call you, they get a snip of your voice or your
saying yes or something,
and then they can reproduce that and use that against your family and call them up or whatever and let them know that you're in danger if they don't send this money. Meanwhile, you're in the Bahamas, like just having fun. So all these things, like I think they stem from corporations, just like whatever we use it to charge our phones. I think Apple or whatever other company, they create the $30 cord and then they also create that $15 cord, but that same money is coming from them.
Right.
I feel like there's two different kinds of fraud. Like what you're talking about is very sophisticated, and I don't doubt that it happens, but I also feel like we're in a day and age where people are a lot more, they have access to a lot more tools and things that can scam people. So we have like very like individual people that are regular people that are scamming also. And I do feel like it depends on what demographic they're targeting. I feel like us as a generation and like even the generation under us, we're very skeptical. We ask questions. We're not as easy to get over on as like some like the older generation. So like if you're talking about just like getting somebody's social security number, making fake accounts and stuff, that's like generally stuff that older people fall into. And I feel like that may not happen as much anymore, only because like
we've caught on at this point.
Yeah.
Google and TV, like we have more access to
I actually have some personal friends that have done like the fraud thing. They actually got away with it. Like they never got caught. Like they had nice cars and everything. And again, it was coming from like the artist community. Like these were dancers and choreographers where you just like, I know you did not have that money for that car.
Right.
So like, I know who you went through to do the situation with the situation and the retch around with the retch around. So there's particularly now, because the cost of living is up so high, a lot of people that you wouldn't expect are doing fraud. Like they are finding ways to retch around and do this and do that because like everybody at this point is kind of getting desperate, especially people that are nearing homelessness or somebody that just lost their job. So like now is a very interesting time for people to like figure shit out. So
Get
fraud
creative.
is get creative with making money in any type of way. So
But I also think that they're doing it to people who are basically in the same pool of
Right.
struggling.
Right.
Like, why don't they do it to people who are not struggling?
right, do it to the rich people.
Right.
Right.
Right. You don't rob in your same neighborhood. You gotta go to Beverly Hills and rob.
Right.
So, I think that whoever is doing fraud, make sure y'all be conscious that we're in the same.
Fraud up! Fraud up! Please!
Not side, right? Like fraud
Fraud
up,
up!
not sideways. So please do leave us alone. We try to make it
Yes.
as well.
Yes.
So,
All right. Well, we'll close that topic. We're going. We're going to go to our last moment.
Oh no, we'll be right back.
Well, we're going to take a little break and we're going to come back with our closing moment, which is story time.
Hello, ladies and gentledims. If you're enjoying the show, please be sure to like, comment, and subscribe so you can not only be a part of the conversation, but you will also be in the know when we upload new content. Love and light to you all.